There you go.
Okay, great. Let's get started. Good morning, everyone. My name is Janet Ng, Hearing Officer for San Francisco Public Works. Clinton Otwell is the clerk of this hearing. This hearing is being recorded via Zoom and will be available afterward through a link on the San Francisco Public Works website, sfpublicworks.org. As this is a virtual hearing, there is no sign-in sheet, so if you would like to receive information about the results of this hearing, please send an email to the email address listed on the hearing notice. This public hearing is being held to consider appeals for administrative citations. We have 3 items today. Item 1 is RFA 216-13963 for 3120 25th Street. Item 2 is SR 3103489 at 560 Barneveld Avenue. And number 3 is SR 3012417 at 1672 15th Street. So my job as the hearing officer is to gather the facts for the items, listen to your testimony, and help our Director of Public Works make determinations. I would not be making any decisions at this hearing. Instead, I will forward the findings from this hearing and make my recommendations to the director. The director will make the final determinations. When the director's determinations are made, the department will notify you of them if you have provided your contact information. This hearing will proceed as follows for the 3 cases. I will ask Public Works staff to speak first and present the case. There is no time limit for their presentation. Then I will allow 1, the appellant to speak, then 2, any member of the public or witness who wants to speak. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes to speak. The clerk will monitor the time for all speakers and will indicate when the speaker has 30 seconds left. If you are a party to this proceeding, I will call on you to speak. If you would like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You will then have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. If you are a member of the public or witness who wants to speak, wait for me to call for public comments, then use Zoom's raise your hand feature if you're on a computer to put yourself in the queue to speak. If you are dialing on your phone, dial *9 to indicate you're raising your hand. When it is your turn to speak, I will recognize you. If you are on your phone and you're muted, press *6 to unmute yourself. If you'd like to use visual materials in your presentation, please let me know before you speak. You will then have the standard 3 minutes to provide your comments. Comments and questions should be addressed to me and not to the department or the appellant. If you cannot finish your comments within the allotted time, you may submit written testimony to me by the end of this hearing. If I feel that a question is warranted, I will ask the question. After all comments are completed, I will close the item. So let's go ahead and start the hearing. At this time, we will open the hearing to public comments. Members of the public may make comments on matters that are within the department's jurisdiction, but not on today's agenda. So are there any public comments at this time?
With no one raising their hand, there appears there is no public comment.
Okay, so seeing that there are no comments, I will close this item. So this item is now closed. So let's start with the first item for citation number RFA 216-13963. May I have Public Works?
Good morning, hearing officer. My name is Woo Ji Chung. I am a street inspection supervisor with Public Works at Code Enforcement. Here today to review this hardship request in relation to Article 23 of the San Francisco Public Works Code, which requires property owners to remove graffiti promptly to prevent blight, discourage repeat tagging, and maintain the safety and appearance of our neighborhoods. We enforce this ordinance because timely graffiti removal protects community quality of life, supports local businesses, and helps prevent further vandalism and deterioration. Today's purpose is not to assign blame, but determine whether the property owner has demonstrated a legitimate hardship that prevented compliance and whether an exception is appropriate under the provisions of the code. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can share the photos. Sorry, bear with me. I am used to using Teams. Here's a share button. Can everybody see my screen?
I can see it.
All right. The first one on the agenda, 560 Barnville, service request number 3103489. Here's just a brief history. Doesn't seem like
Sorry, would you? I think the first one that I have on the agenda is the RFA 216 at 3120 25th Street.
21631. That is problem. All right, here we go. All right, so 3120 25th Street, and that is RFA 216-13963. We do show a history dating back to 2016 that this property has received multiple graffiti removal notices. We're acting on the newest one, which is the RFA that was mentioned above. As part of our process for the graffiti removal or the notice of graffiti, we posted a notice on the property itself, which is the image shown in front of us. The graffiti in this case happens to be on looks like a trash can enclosure. I did look into this. The trash can enclosure is permitted, and we have it under the 20 MSE or minor sidewalk encroachment 00025. So which is good. Glad to see that the owner has gone through the permitting process for that. You can see though that there has been repeated instances of graffiti. Maybe not all at one time, but they are surrounding the enclosure itself. Again, just showing the kind of top side of the enclosure as well, showing the graffiti. That concludes the presentation for this address. And I'll move it back to photos so you can.
Okay, thank you for that. I understand the appellant is here. You will have your 3 minutes to make your presentation. I believe, Clinton, do you swear them in before they
Yes,
speak?
I will swear them in, and but it's the appellant is again Shelley Lowe. Is that correct? And I'm just waiting. And we do have another person who's got their hand up. It's Trishelle is our first. Who's the person representing 3120th Street? If you could raise your hand. 3120 25th Street. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and unmute. Go ahead, Trishelle. We can't hear you. And then, can you stop sharing? Thanks.
Hello?
Hello, Trishelle, you're okay?
Yeah, now I can hear. I'm like, I can't hear nothing.
Okay. All right, Trishelle, could you state your name and then do you swear to tell the truth to the best of your ability for this hearing today?
Yes. Trishelle heard, and yes.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead. You now have 3 minutes.
Basically it was I don't even know how to show the pictures on here or nothing, but I got the pictures of us just repainting it, and my landlord keeps repainting it. I've been living here for 3 years now. I haven't got any complaints. This is the first one since I've been here in 3 years. And basically it's out of control. It's nothing that we can control. We just repainted it. I sent the pictures of us that we just repainted it. I sent photos to the email of it repainted. And yes, we keep repainting it over and over since I've been living here. And that is something that you can't control. People walk past and write on it. Like now, it's already some graffiti on there and we just repainted it. And I sent pictures of it being repainted. I took a picture today showing that it's graffiti on it already. So therefore, it's like that's out of our control. That's out of the city control. That's out of anybody control. All we could do is keep repainting it. It's nothing else that we could do. So citing us and making us pay for something that's out of your control and our control, it's like, come on now, we already in hardship, low income, and the lady is elder, the landlord is elder. She be out there repainting it. I be out there helping her repaint it. And I got pictures, I got proof, I got times, I got dates. I sent it to the emails. There's no
Tr
point in citing us.
okay, Trishelle, would you like to share those pictures now? If you can, I can give you that ability.
Yes, you can show me
Okay,
how.
okay. You should see a pop-up on your screen of some type saying promote to panelist. There you go. Okay, you should be able to share now. You'll have to unmute yourself though.
Unmute and then go to share,
Yes, ma'am.
screen sharing. Okay. You can see the screen now?
Not yet.
How do I do it then? Display over app. How do I? What the hell? Is it showing now?
Not yet, but I think you're close. You just have to select the item that you want to share.
Okay, screen share. Images. Photos. Now you can see?
I don't see them as anyone else.
Do
I
y'all
don't
see
see
it?
I don't see anything yet.
I can't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna just pick, this is crazy. I think, okay, say share. Is we on Zoom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zoom.
And
Now,
I paused your time for you too. So,
I think,
oh, I'm seeing something now. Yes, we are
now,
seeing
now,
something. We're seeing
okay,
something.
okay, now do I go to, now I could go to my screen?
I believe so.
Okay, now, do y'all see me now?
Yes, we see your screen.
Okay, so
Okay.
we repainted it. Here go the elder lady, my landlord repainting outside. Everything is repainted. As soon as we got the notice, we instantly went outside and repainted the whole thing. So, like, not even a day later. Oh, sorry, y'all. This the top, because the top had some on there also. But this is the repainting, showing all the sizes repainted on Thursday, March 26, 2026 at 5:05 p.m. Um, this is today already. There we go. Today. It's already April 14th at 7:59 a.m. And basically it's like all we can do is keep repainting. That's what I'm trying to get through and let you know. I've been there for 3 years. This is the first citation we ever got since I've been here. And she's been repainting over 10 times since I've been here. And this is the first time I ever seen a notice on our wall or got a notice period. And I just feel like, she's elder, so uh I could speak for both of us because it's both of our house.
Okay. And you have about 30 seconds left if you have anything else left.
No, that was it. Like just letting you know that was it. I am low income. I try to help out. I live there, 3120 25th Street. She's 3122 25th Street. And it's like it's out of either or control. Nobody can have control over people graffiti. It's everywhere. Bus stops everywhere. All we can do is keep repainting it. We shouldn't get cited for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Let's see. I don't think I have many questions. It sounds like you do repaint it as much as you can. It sounds like you mentioned, probably over 10 times in 3 years. Oh, I guess you have your hand up?
I just wanted to just mention, thank you for getting the just let the tenant know that thank you for getting it repainted. We can empathize. We understand that that the vandalism from graffiti is I mean ultimately the property owners are end up being victimized. And as she mentioned, all that we can do is just kind of just keep on repainting, and you know that is what we find to be the best course of action to try to somewhat prevent this from happening again. I put my email in the chat, so if you can email those photos to me, I will make sure that your notice gets closed out. And as far as I know, or as far as I'm to my knowledge, this is not escalated to a fine or a citation yet. Again, we typically issue a 30-day notice informing the property owner of the responsibility to remove graffiti. Um, if it goes beyond 30 days, we may that's when we do escalate it or pursue issuing a citation or a fine. But I don't think that is the case here. Now that I mean, I saw the images before, and it looks like the graffiti has been removed. Which, again, thank you. With that said, I can, as soon as I get that over and we have that on record, we can get that notice closed out. And we understand that new graffiti has happened again because this is a complaint-driven process. Unless the property owner gets a new, I mean, we're not going to proactively go out there just because we saw that new graffiti. We would encourage the property owner to continue to remove the graffiti, but unless you're on notice again, you're not formally on the record for having to remove it.
Okay, thank you for that. Are there any other comments from the public on this one?
It looks like we have one comment from Jim Zach.
Hi, good morning. So I have a case coming up, but I'm going to go ahead and support this person. I understand and appreciate the intent of the city and the ordinance for property owners to abate graffiti. It's an overzealous and unrealistic expectation, given the rampant problem that exists within the city, particularly in this neighborhood, and to expect the homeowner to be continuously, almost on a daily basis, having to repaint their building for a problem that they didn't create is unrealistic. And so I would definitely assume and hope that this person doesn't get fined for this. And it seems to be that they're making a good effort. And as she says, it's impossible to keep up, but would hope they don't get fined. Thank you very much.
And thank you for your comment.
Thank you for that. Are there any other comments on this item? Okay, hearing none, then let's move on to the next item, number SR 3103489 for 560 Barnveld Avenue. May I have Public Works?
Good morning, hearing officer. Again, this is Woo Ji Chung, supervisor at Code Enforcement. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hello. For service request number 3103489. Again, we don't have many instances of previous complaints at this address. Again, we're acting on the newest one, which was notice date of December 12th, 2025. Here's a copy of the notice that was mailed to the property owner. Again, the post-send notice on the property, just following the graffiti abatement procedures. The graffiti here looks to be extensive. Again, I've spoken with the representative from this building previously, and I understand it's a challenge. The graffiti is quite extensive. This is the backside of the property. I'll just go through a series of photos for the hearing officer so that I can just kind of get a view of the scope of vandalism that is happening back here. Again, we understand the concerns. Again, it is a constant challenge. We have seen that in the past 5 years, the instances of graffiti have risen. There are tools out there which also just, there are AI programs now that which basically make it easier for the public to report said graffiti and vandalism, and so the number of service requests that we receive have also gone up as well in kind. Again, it is, even though the property owners are victimized. Again, with that said, it is a code that we do have to enforce. I encourage people to reach out to the district supervisor and mention the challenges that they're having with this, and hopefully find some creative solutions into which we can help to deter some of this vandalism. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do we have the appellant here to speak?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Clinton, are you going to swear?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking and I was on mute. I apologize. So thank you, Mr. Frediani.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're up. And do you swear to the testimony or the statements you make are truth to the best of your ability?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you say you were going to be sharing photos or items?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
hoping I was hoping I could share some photos. I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. So you should have the ability to do so now. I'm trying to promote you to a panelist, and then I'm going to lower your hand, and then I'm going to start the clock. Okay. You'll want. Yep. Go ahead.
Hang on and share. Let me do this real quick. Share window or screen to screen?
Yep, share screen.
Okay. And then it won't let me open that up.
Share the entire screen.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you.
Okay, great. So I just kind of want to start off. Can you see that picture right there?
I see a
Are you
picture.
guys-
It says the stationary engineers, local 38.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to show you what my building looks like. It's painted and clean. This is the front of the building. The trash is picked up. We have landscaping, sprinklers. I just want to give you a general idea real quick here that we take care of our property as best as we can. This is the side of my building now. This is the building adjacent to me with their graffiti, which I don't have any access to. Now we're walking right around the corner from my building, the building across the street. This is on the way down to where the graffiti we're cited for is. This is the building that is adjacent to me where the graffiti is. That's the other side of that building. This is heading down towards where the gate is. This is garbage on the street. These pictures were taken yesterday. Here's a pile of needles in that garbage. Now we get to where the graffiti is, where there's an encampment out front. So the red lines indicate the back side of my building, which I have no access to. The reason why I showed you the front side and the landscaping is because I want you to understand that we do the very best we can. I've also hired, I have on board, we've had for many years, Armada Protective Security, which patrol the neighborhood and keep an eye on our building. I showed you the pictures just so you're aware that we do everything possible from picking up garbage to keeping our building painted. Here's where the issue is this red box indicates the backside of my building. On the other side of this fence where my building is, there's also this building in the red indicates my area. The other building that you're looking at that's not in the red is not my property, nor is the parking lot. And on the other side of the first red square that I showed you, let me click on this. On the left-hand side of this, there's another building with graffiti as well. And then stepping back across the street, like you can see partial of my building, and where you see the R and the EE, that's somebody else's building.
You're at 30
Um,
seconds.
Okay. But I'm just trying to say that, like, we don't have access to that lot. It's dangerous to go back there. We take care of our building. It was painted 3 years ago and fixed. This backside somehow got painted before I worked here. It cost $14,000 to $15,000. We are a nonprofit union trade school, so we have to hire union painters, and we can't afford it, and we just can't keep up on it. It's nonstop. So I'm asking for an exemption on this. It's a fight that we just can't fix, and I don't even have access to the back of my building. There's two other property owners that aren't even using their spaces. So we're asking for a hardship, and I appreciate anything you guys could do to work with us.
Okay, your time's up.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. I just have some questions here. So it sounds like you don't have access to that parking space. I guess, have you tried contacting the owner of that to see if they can either secure their facility or do something there so that people aren't, jumping over the fence or however they are getting onto, paint your property?
Yeah, like I've looked into it, I've tried, and I just I can't make any progress on it. But even the painting of it, I don't have the money to paint it. Like, maybe if I'm not going to paint it myself. It's not my property. I'm under a triple net. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, they'll get up on the roof and paint the air conditioning units. They throw pallets in front of the building, and we do whatever we can for where we're at. But it's just an incredible hardship. Um, I'm at a loss for words. It's really discouraging. From hiring private security to just trying to keep up on the front of the building, which we're doing the best we can as well. Um, we we're doing the best we can. You just can't. I don't know what to do.
Okay, so it sounds like you've reached out to the adjacent property owner. They are not responsive, or they just don't want to do anything.
It's no one else got a notice but me. It's my problem. You know what I mean? And it's not like I contacted. It's not like we talk all the time. It's but even if I had access, like, where can I get the funding to paint the back of the building? And literally, if I just paint my section, right? If I just paint my section, it's going to be right back up there in a day. Even if the other two property owners, you guys went through the motions and contacted them and tagged them, and they painted theirs, and everyone painted them at the same time, even though I can't afford to do so, then it's going to be right back there again. This happened 3 years ago, is what I was told from the past tenant.
Okay. And I'm assuming you guys tried calling 311 to pick up the trash and things like that on the street.
Yeah, we've done the best we can, but they're doing the best they can too. I've even went out there and given them a 12-pack of soda when I see them. you know so it's just one of those things, right? Like, they were just out here literally probably 10 days ago. Those pictures that I sent are from yesterday.
Okay.
It's sad, you know what I mean? The homeless, they I don't know where they can go or what to do, but it's we have an RV problem. There's people working on cars at the auto place across the street. It's just for us in the neighborhood, we're doing everything we can. Like, that's why I wanted to show you the front pictures of my building. It's beautiful, right? Like, we do the very best we can.
Okay. Um, I don't have any additional questions. Do we have any other members of the public who would like to speak or comment?
It does not look like we have anybody raise their hand who wants additional speaking. So
Okay,
thank you
yeah.
to the last appellant.
Thank you. I have all the information I need for this one. So I will close this item and let's move on to the last one here. Item 3 for SR 3012417 for 1672 15th Street.
Woo-Ji Chung here, Street Inspection Supervisor for Code Enforcement, discussing service request 3012417. It does look like we have a handful of notices here that has that the property has received going back to 2009. It looks like sometime around 2013. The property has changed hands and is now currently owned by 1672 15th Street LLC. Here is a copy of the notice that was mailed to the property owner. The notice posted on the property itself on May of last year. This is a corner view of the property. You can see that a good portion of the property itself is covered in a mural. We do have stipulations on when we see graffiti on murals, and I can kind of talk about that as I progress through the photos. Again, these are photos from May of 2025. See, it does look like they are working on the building. Fortunately, the side of the building has been heavily tagged, where it looks like there used to be a mural or is covering a good chunk of the mural. Again, this looks like to be the backside gate, or again, heavily tagged as well. The top roof, the back of the property structure as well. Again, this is from December 18th, 2025. Again, it's an updated photo. Here is this is when the final notice has been posted on the property. This is in December, and then the blight. So when we've posted and notified the property owner of that, hey, you have 15 days before we're going to start issuing. This is escalated into a blight notice, which means basically we had issued a citation. This is on January 5th, 2026. Front of the building looks fairly pretty good. Thankfully, they have not really tagged the front mural. There are some small graffiti and tags that are appearing on the top of the roof at this time. Again, just more graffiti. It does look, as from this photo in January of this year, that the property owner has attempted to or has painted over this whole back wall over here, but unfortunately more graffiti has shown up. Again, we definitely, our inspectors are reviewing for that when a property owner has attempted to remove the graffiti, but they are looking at the overall picture of the graffiti that was, if not all of it has been removed off the original complaint, then we have to keep that notice open, and which is probably why there was a follow-up violation that was issued. Again, this is just kind of the side of the building. That concludes my presentation here.
Okay, thank you. I understand the appellant is here to speak.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'd like to share screen, please.
Oh, okay. I'll give you the ability to share a screen. Before we get that, do you swear that statements you're about to give are truthful to the best of your knowledge?
I swear.
All right. 1 second, and I will. You'll get a little pop-up that says "Promote to Panelist." There you go. Okay, and you should have it did mute you, but you do have the ability to share.
It was there and then it went away.
You're on now.
Do you see my screen?
I see you. And so then there should be a share button.
Yep.
And then once you get that up, I'll go ahead and start your clock.
Okay. Can you see my screen now, please?
We can see your screen,
Okay.
so
Thank you.
you're sworn in and ready to go.
My name is Jim Zach. I'm an architect. I rented this building around 2018 or 19, and I had an option to buy it. I completed that purchase about 4 years ago. I just want to show the conditions of this. I will also state that 3 minutes isn't enough time. I wasn't told it was 3 minutes until this meeting, so there was no time to prepare. I've received multiple notices. Clearly, the previous owner received notices. I requested a hearing every time I got a notice, and until I received the most recent one, which was the violation, and I sent out a message to the head of the DPW, the mayor's office, my supervisor's office. I had never received a response for my request for a hearing until recently. So it's a little bit unfair to not grant me the hearing that I requested and then to get to a point of violation. This is the condition that exists that I deal with every day. This has been exacerbated in the last 8 months since the mayor's office has pushed to clean up 6th Street, the BART stations, the UM Plaza, et cetera. And the people that used to inhabit those areas now inhabit my alley on a daily basis. I filed 311 complaints on a daily basis. I call the police department on a daily basis. This is what I deal with every day. This is garbage. This is people doing drugs actively every single day in my alley. This is the same situation the previous person dealt with. This is what I deal with every day, feces and human. This is the toilet right here. I smell urine inside my building every day. I ask DPW to clean every day. I have a pressure washer. I go out and I clean the sidewalk when I can, but I'm running a business and I can't do it every day. So this is the condition that exists in my world every day. This is probably photographs over the last 6 months. This is across the street on Caledonia Alley. To the left is St. John's Church, which houses the Gubbio Project. The Gubbio Project is the magnet. I appreciate the efforts they make to help people that are disadvantaged, but they also are a magnet to bring these people here. I don't know if these people are homeless or not. There's no camping that happens here. These people are actively doing drugs on a daily basis in public. I point it out to the police and they just laugh and walk away. And they just leave the people here. Again, this is my public toilet that exists outside my building. So this is the situation that I live in every day. So please explain to me how I'm supposed to hire a painter to come and paint the outside of my building, even if I could afford it. And just like the last person, the building across the street from me, this brown building, large single room occupancy hotel, they have a full-time maintenance staff, and there are people out here painting this building every week. I talk to them weekly. They paint every week. I do not have the budget or the funds to be able to do that on a daily and weekly basis. I painted my building about 2 years ago. I spent about $6,000. The graffiti showed up a week later.
And you're at 30 seconds.
I repainted it. It's not enough time. So I'm going to just start pointing out here is that there's a whole series of laws in San Francisco against public urination, against trash, against all sorts of other ordinances about how people are supposed to behave on the street. So you, the city, chooses not to enforce these rules, yet you're going to come after me, a small business owner, to enforce a rule that says I need to paint my building. If you start to enforce the other rules and other laws that exist that would allow for this to happen, perhaps we wouldn't have the problem that we have by having all these people here. So I just think it's a little bit unfair to request that as a small building owner and a small business owner that I have to be the savior of the social problems that exist in our city. It's unrealistic. I have reached out and tried to get grants to help do an additional murals. I would love to paint a mural on the side of my building. I already spent $6,000 painting the mural on the front. It's all the money I have in my budget right now for that. And I don't have another $6,000 to paint the side of the building again. And like the last person said, within a week, the graffiti will be back. I will also point out that, like, can we make a distinction between what is graffiti and what is art? These are taken this morning. This is my building. Is this graffiti or is this art? And I understand and appreciate that, yes, these tags on the door, I can paint those. When do we go from graffiti art to graffiti? This is Caledonia Street, just across 15th Street from me. So is this graffiti or is this art? What's
Okay.
graffiti? What's art?
All right.
This is on 15th Street. So is this spray can graffiti or is this art? So please make a distinction on my building. What's art and what's graffiti? And I get it. If there's a tag, I can go paint it. I got a notice yesterday because I have a new garage door. I have my muralist on call to come and paint the garage door to fit into the mural she's already painted on the front. She's busy and she hasn't been able to get there. So my new front door got tagged. I will go out and I will paint my new front door until she can get back the
Okay.
garage door. Thank you.
You have hit your time. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Again, I'm hearing that it is a constant problem, that you have tried to address the issue. And right, it's a daily thing, and I do hear that it's a hardship for you. I don't have any questions for this one. I guess, is there anyone else from the public who would like to speak on this item?
Yeah, I would like to speak on the item.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I support Jim 100%. I was the previous person speaking.
Yes.
There's just nothing we can do, right? Like, we do everything we can. I do the same thing as well as he does. We do whatever we can to the best of our ability. And just please take that under consideration, that people are trying and doing the best they can. People can't afford to paint every single day. I can't, and it sounds to me like Jim can as well. So I do support him as well.
Okay, thank you for that. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on this item?
No other speakers. Nobody has their hand up.
Okay, thank you for that. If there are no other comments on this one, I will close this item.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We do have one more. It is the appellant, so it's your call.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead. Just try to wrap it up.
So I don't know if you can see the picture again, but a week or so ago, DPW showed up and put these barriers along the sidewalk up and down the alley, all the way down to the end of the alley here. I just find it amazing that rather than solve the problem of getting the people off the street that create the problem, they come and put barriers. Last time I checked, I'm an architect. I know what the codes are. You're not supposed to block the sidewalk. So the solution the city has to keeping the homeless people and the drug people off the sidewalk is to install barriers that block the sidewalk. So I think somehow there's a mix up here in how you solve these problems. So you break your own laws as opposed to solve the problem. So thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Do we have any other final comments on this one? As if you have spoken already, that's your chance. But is there anyone else who would like to speak on this one? Okay, hearing none, so I will close this item. And we have concluded all of our items. Are there any other public comments on any of the items on the agenda? So if you've spoken, you will not be allowed to speak again. This is for any others who might have come in late or who have not spoken yet. Okay,
Okay,
seeing
no one else.
no one. Okay, so if there are no other public comments, I am closing this hearing. So this hearing is now closed. Thank you, everyone.